Hey peeps, how you all doing out there on the worldwide marvelous? Sister Elle here with the full moon in Aries reading, and how you all doing? Yay! So now I was thinking back to the new moon in Aries that we had about 6 months ago, and I remember I'd started doing the cards at that time, and so I was starting to feel a little bit confident and thought, well, I'll have a go. It's something new, and now we've come to the fullness and I feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more eased in. So the full moon in Aries, what will this bring us? It will bring us a lot of drive and ambition, a lot of spontaneity. Aries is the first sign, the house of the singular, the sign of the one. That's right, so we're looking at our own feelings, how we feel about situations occurring in our life presently. We also have Chiron right now in Aries, and we'll be going back into Pisces next week sometime. And so with it being in Aries, Aries is the sign of the warrior and Chiron is the sign of the wounded healer. So we're healing our woundedness of our warrior self. And what does this mean? Well, our feelings might have been damaged over a while, and then we just carry on like nothing matters to us. We need to be authentic at this time. At this time of the Aries full moon, it's going to show our full authenticity about situations that we may not have been comfortable and just went along with. And so this is going to be the time of expression of those emotions. So I drew a few cards for guidance. Actually, let's have a read of what the Aries full moon is first, and I'll be reading from my Time Passages app. So how's it been? Good, good, good. Okay, so the moon in Aries gives an ardent nature with inclinations to impatience, independence, and impulsiveness. With this placement, you have a high energy level. You also have a strong competitive streak, which together with your attack first attitude may conceal subtle feelings of insecurity. Your emotions are keenly felt, direct and spontaneous. You may have to guard against a quick temper. You should also guard against a tendency towards a too hasty reaction to situations, rather a more carefully reasoned approach. You are most comfortable thinking about yourself as strongly independent with great physical daring and courage. And indeed, Aries does have lots of courage, backed by the planet Mars, which part rules Scorpio anyway, so as well, should I say. So it's very driven, very spontaneous. And when it says that we need to have a more carefully reasoned approach, I was automatically thinking about Saturn, because Saturn will be at 2 degrees, and this full moon in Aries is at 2 degrees. It's at 1.9, but we've rounded it up to 2. So Saturn will be there, aiming to bring some structure to any situations that could be quite explosive or quite dramatic maybe. So Saturn gives us our reasoning. He shows us why we need structure if we want a particular plan to have longevity. And with the full moon, it's going to be shining what we have achieved so far in our warriorship. Also at the 2 degree mark, well, it's at the 0 degree mark, is Chiron, and Chiron too is in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer. So right now we're actually healing our wounded warrior in the aspect of the stars, and we have the full moon of the warrior in Aries right about in a few hours, I would say. So we'll be feeling this within ourselves. We'll be feeling, can we go on being strong? Maybe we need a bit more backup. But Aries is very independent, like we say, and so we'll be looking into parts of ourselves where we can go forward, where only we can carry the baton. And this is how it spreads out into the outers. Okay, then I drew some cards also. So at the time of the Aries new moon, like I was saying, which was 6 months ago, I started to pull the tarot and started to feel a lot more comfortable within myself in speaking with the oracle cards. And so that's when I first started, and now with the fullness I can see how far I've come. So you too should see how far you've come with Aries and which particular area of your chart it's in. So I pulled some cards for the moon, and they were all major arcanas. What a surprise. Very driven, very first, me first. And sometimes we do have to do me first, as if without us, then what are we? We are the first spark. We started from the first spark. So Aries will be reminding us of this during this time, and that it is right that we take our emotions into consideration, and we need to probably voice this if we feel that they're not being taken into consideration. So the first card that was drawn is the Devil. Da, da, da. So new rebirth. There'll be a rebirthing with this full moon, I would say, and I think we'll have challenges coming our way. Also, we may be linked with fate. That's right. Fate and paths that we have trodden before, maybe showing their fullness. We don't want to have a self-defeating attitude, which can sometimes happen. But what we do want to do is break free from limitations. We need to become ambitious and grounding. Serious, slow, but sure. And this is what the message I think the card is bringing. And the second card I pulled was the Moon. Can make it up, eh? Okay, so we know the Moon card represents our emotions. It can also represent deception or being too idealistic. It's also a very imaginative card and gentle. It's ruled by Pisces. And as we can see, the Moon card in the tarot comes before the Sun card, which means our inners are there first and they're reflected outwards. So this is the message coming through. And the third and final card that came through was what? The Sun card, indeed. And the Sun is success, perfection, all is well. Also, enlightenment might be coming our way. The full moon may be shining on areas that we couldn't previously see, and we will use our first instinct, that drive, to see how we can change. So the life energy also, the Sun, can represent our ego and willpower. So this represents also strength, magical and spiritual willpower. So this is what I had for the cards. I thought that was amazing that they were drawn for this particular time. So now I'm going to draw a card for each of the signs and give you an indication of your houses. You need to look at your personal charts also, because everybody's house position is different. So Aries, you are the first house and you have this beautiful full moon in your sign. Oh, sorry. You have a full moon in your sign. Okay, and your card is manifesting miracles. Sorry, I got a little bit thrown off there. So that's you, Aries, manifesting miracles there. Coming to the fullness of that in your first house. And that will be for you, Pisces. You have the second house. So fullness will be coming to you for in the personal finances, how you value yourself. You will be seeing that and taking action. And your card is the miracle of nature. So there you go, Pisces. So you got that in your second house. Okay, and now we have Aquarius. You have the third house of neighbors, friends, close associates, business. It's also a very mental house. So fullness will be coming to fruition for you. And your card is a leap of faith. So you can see how you could take a leap of faith with your friends, with your close people at the time of this full moon. that will be infusing us with action and direction. So that's for you, Aquarius. And now we have Capricorn. You have the 4th house of home and family. So a fullness will be coming, a fruition will be coming within your household or in your family personal life. And it says express your creativity. So you may be coming to a fullness of how you'll be expressing your creativity around the home and family. So you have a very active full moon with that. And then we have Sagittarius. You have the 5th house. You too need to take a leap of action in the 5th house, which is friends, associates, children, youthful activities and hobbies. So take a leap of faith and know you are full with whatever you want to tackle. Okay, so now we have Scorpio. Scorpio, you have the 6th house and you have love and accept yourself and live your joy. You too are ruled by Mars, Scorpio. They're in the 6th house of balance, health and well-being. So you enjoy that.